We've been raising sheep for about 2.5 years, and I've been carefully recording their age, their wool production, and food consumption. So in this video, I'll show you how the age of sheep influences their wool production and exactly how much wool you can expect from your sheep. I'm going to cover a few sheep-related things in addition to the wool production, like how their sheep food consumption changes over time. But also, in my channel's usual blend of entertainment and information, I'm going to advance the playthrough story at the same time. So the first thing to do is buy and place down this second sheep barn we worked for so hard in the last couple episodes. And I think I'll place it around this way, so I still have good access to drop off the grass on the right and can get to the wool spawn area really easily facing the field. We're not done here though, we have to get an animal trailer to move our sheep. To answer one question about sheep and wool production right up front, the answer is yes. As sheep get older, they do produce more and more wool, up to a certain point, which is what I'll talk about. Now, one thing that made me want to do this video was the volume of misinformation out there about the topic of wool production. I was taking my own in-game measurements, but I found a lot of other information online that turned out to be pretty inaccurate. And in one or two cases, the information was claimed to be from the game files, which might have been true at some point, but what I'm giving you is fresh information for Farming Simulator 22. I've got room for a third sheep barn, which we might do. I just haven't decided. And as part of my big plan, I want to have a production facility for the wool. You may have noticed I haven't sold any of my wool so far in the series, and that's why. I want to give it over to a spinnery to make fabric and make the wool even more valuable. That's why I started to really study the sheep and their wool production. So how does it work? I'll start with a couple bottom line numbers and back into it a bit. The absolute maximum amount a single sheep will produce in a month is 42 liters. Now, to get to this number, the wool production will start in their first month of growth at 0. They don't produce any wool at all in that first month from birth. And then it will increase as they age until the sheep is 18 months old. After that, there's no more increase in production, just the sheep's value if you want to sell them. After that first month, the sheep's value increases $25 a month, or whatever currency you're using, and remains absolutely steady until they are worth $1,000. So they'll reach that maximum value at 36 months old. Now, for that first 18 months, when the wool production is increasing, it's not a linear value. I kept trying to make a simple formula that would calculate the amount, and just about the time I had it, with everything being predictable, a couple more months would go by and the calculation would be a bit off. As it turns out, the wool production increases at a different rate during about 2 different growth stages, which is important and coincides with other things. I'm moving these sheep with a trailer because it's really the only way to move sheep between different sheep pens or barns. Now, if you're selling your sheep, you don't need a trailer for that. You can do it right from the sheep paw trigger. Just open it up, double-click on the sheep you either want to buy or sell, enter an amount, and click the buy or sell, just like that. I'm bringing this up now because of this staged production I just mentioned. 18 months is the magic age of maximum wool production, but 8 months is also a pivotal time for your sheep and where several things change over. So let me talk about that. When you don't transport your sheep for buying or selling, it costs you money, but that is not a flat fee. Sheep at 0 months, the newborn lambs, cost $30 to sell. This increases over the first 8 months until it reaches $50 to sell. It's a steady increase of about 2.5 per month, but after 8 months, it's the same price regardless. 8 months is also the point where wool production goes up. In the first 8 months of growth, a sheep's wool production increases slowly at a rate of about 2 wool per month, going from 0 to 15. From 9 months to 18 months, the rate of wool production increases to about 3 wool per month, up to that maximum of 42 at 18 months. I found that pretty interesting in that it also coincided with how long it takes a sheep to reach puberty and start a gestation period to give you more baby sheep. We couldn't afford to buy a trailer, but we had to move our sheep this month because next month is when we'll have more births and when our one sheep barn wouldn't be able to hold them all. It was an expense to lease the trailer, and I probably will be buying one, but it got everything in place for now because we just had to get it done. Now, as far as feeding these little critters, that also isn't a flat amount, and it's one that didn't follow this 8-month threshold. For food, newborn sheep at 0 months eat 5 liters for that first month. After that, it increases 9 liters a month, very regularly, until they are 5 months old, where they eat 50 liters of food. Fortunately though, that's it. 50 liters is what they'll eat for forevermore. I need to get these pallets of wool stacked up to make room for more to spawn, because as we've seen, all the sheep are getting older, making more wool, and with a little luck, we'll soon be overflowing with wool. Now, with all this data, I tried to sort out what might be the optimal time to sell sheep. Needless to say, it got complicated with all the food, increasing sheep value, scaled wool production, and everything else to consider. And in the end, I decided that it really all depends on what you're wanting to do and what you consider to be a cost or not. Like for me right now, tractor repairs are a significant drain, but if I had a new tractor, I might not even give it much thought. Same with these sheep. Do you really care about the cost of grass and whatever it might take to get it? Or do you consider that to be almost a free product with the wear and tear of mowing, gathering, and re-rolling all to be insignificant? I just don't know. I think it varies with each person and what you're doing. I hope you got something useful out of the video, and you can watch the rest of the series to see how we got here. See you in the next episode.